Hello? Okay. What about now? It looks like I got movement on my microphone. Can you guys hear me? Just want to confirm. Does look like we're getting something through here. Do you want to ask a question again? Yeah, there we go. All right. Sorry about that. All right, we're going to get started. All right, well, everyone, thanks for your patience there while we work through that. Well, welcome to today's session. Again, my name is Keith Hawken. I'm the Senior Director of Sales at Top Producer. And today I'm really excited to kind of go through a new feature that we launched to production of Top Producer X last week. And I want to kind of talk about it because it's actually a new feature that's very exclusive to the next generation version of Top Producer. So with that being said, let's get into it. And so the first one is have you ever wished that you could customize your sales pipeline? So, if you look at Top Producer today, you log into your dashboard, you see this thing called sales pipeline. And the sales pipeline is broken up into things like new, engaged, future, active, closed, which is pretty much us giving you the framework to how we kind of think lead management should go and pipeline management should go. At the same time, have you ever wished that you could easily surface your most important contacts that you think are important, or organize your database the way that you work? So I'm really happy to say you can now do that. So what we did is we created a feature called Custom Tabs in Top Producer X, where you can now take the default structure that we give you and get rid of it and rebuild it with the way that you want and the way that you work. So kind of a perfect example of that is if you look at this screen, before the default tabs were all new, engaged, future, active, closed, and follow-up. You can now remove new, engaged, future, active, closed, and replace them with your own tabs. And what that allows you to do is not only use contact statuses, but you can use things like contact types. You can do things by street, city, zip. So maybe you wanted a tab, maybe you sell, Beverly Hills real estate, and you want to create a tab for everyone that lives in 90210. You can do that. You can create a tab and say, hey, show me everyone that is in 90210. Maybe you guys categorize your database by things like A+, A, B, C, D, E. You can create those as tabs using groups. Maybe you want a tab that is past clients, buyer, seller, sphere. Maybe they live in a city. You can now do that. Essentially, you can create and customize the pipeline in Top Producer to the way that you work for your local market, which is going to help you surface up the most important contacts in what I kind of call like smart list, right? So the way it works is you essentially, in your dashboard, and we'll kind of go through it, is you'll be able to kind of delete the tabs that we give you. And basically add your own. And again, I want to go back. So for example is maybe you want a tab called Elm Street to showcase the listing you just sold. Maybe you want a tab for your sphere of influence so you can ask for referrals. Maybe you want a city one. And the way it works, it's very easy, is up in the top right corner of Top Producer X, there is a little, kind of looks like a little wheel. You just click on that and you'll be able to create a new tab. And again, I want to remind everyone, the tabs are broken down things like status, contact type, or search. So there's kind of the three ways that you can build a custom tab in Top Producer X. And you can build as many as you want. You can remove the tabs that we give you and replace them. Maybe you only use new. Keep new there and get rid of the others. Maybe you only want the tab called closed. You can do that. It's really up to you. So how you run your business, you'll be able to create basically custom tabs of your own pipeline to kind of match the way that you run your business. You can, again, it's very easy. You just click on this little wheel. You click on Create Tab. And then to get rid of a tab, I want to share this because it's not as simple as you just click on a current tab and you just drag it up top, and then you'll get an option to delete it. Super easy. And again, it's up to you how you want to do it. So I just want to pause for a moment, make sure everyone's following along. And if you guys have any questions thus far. So I'll give you guys a couple of seconds here. And actually, a question for all of you: have you guys had a chance to go into Top Producer X and do this yet? Has anyone gone in and created custom tabs and customized the pipeline? And again, if you have questions, comments, feel free to type them into chat. So there's really two steps to this. One is you don't have to delete our tabs, but if you want to, you just click on the current tabs and drag them up, and then you'll get a delete option. To create a new tab, you just click on wheel here, the little wheel here, click on create tab. Yeah, Debbie, it is super easy, and again, it's super powerful for you to kind of create views um, between. Um, Question is from Robin. Can you switch back and forth? Yes, easily switch. And I assume Robin, this is a follow up. You're asking if you can switch back and forth between the current version of Top Producer and Top Producer X. Is that correct? Just for so everyone knows, we have single sign-on built between the two platforms, so you can go back and forth as much as you want. So if you're in X and you want to go to TP8i, you just click on this sign into TP8i. If you're in Top Producer 8i, there's a button up on the top nav called TPX. So it makes it really easy for you to go through there. I will say this is probably one of my like really new features we've done because I love how creative you guys can get and basically the customization that we're giving you guys to ultimately set up Top Producer the way you work. I'm sure everyone in here categorizes and looks at their database differently. We're now giving you guys a platform that allows you to represent that personalization in your version of Top Producer. So it's one of my all-time favorite new features and something that's super powerful in allowing you to kind of focus on certain groups of people from follow-up efforts and other things. All right. Um, Last thing also is we do have a lot more. Look, TPX is just we're on this journey, right? And we're constantly enhancing the product. And over the last couple of weeks, we've done a lot of new things to the product, and it's not going to stop. What can you expect coming soon? One is right now, today, you cannot create a custom contact type in Top Producer X. That is coming very, very soon. The next thing is we're also going to allow you to set up follow-up rules based on these buckets, these groups. So an example of that is maybe you have a group in your database called past clients. What you're going to be able to do is say, hey, Top Producer, remind me to follow up everyone in my past client group every 30 days. And it's going to be super, super easy for you to do that. And those reminders are going to pop up. And really, no one should ever be forgotten. So that's coming very soon. That's kind of where we want to go, is just really now take this idea of groups and statuses and allow you guys to build out follow-up rules around it. So that's coming soon. All right, I see a question here from Melissa. So Melissa asks, is this version going to be mandatory eventually? Melissa, there are no plans at this time to discontinue Top Producer 8i. That's all I will say. So the answer is no. Another thing I want to talk about, we are hosting a great event coming up soon on Facebook Live. This is on December 9th. It's with the authors of Exactly What to Say for Real Estate Agents. This is a new book that recently came out from Phil Jones, Chris Smith, and Jimmy Mack. And we're hosting two of the authors on our Facebook Live December 9th. This is a must-see event. Highly recommend. I've had a chance to read about half this book. There is just such great content. And, you know, sometimes there's situations that you guys run into in your day-to-day that you're like, what do I say? How do I overcome this objection? So if you want to learn about, you know, ways that you can overcome some of the common objections you run into every day, you don't want to miss this event. We're really excited to have the authors of this book on. And again, if you haven't had a chance, this book is amazing. You can get it on Amazon. And something that we're happy to, you know, host and create ad for you guys. So that's coming up December 9th. There's a link in the chat where you can register. So if you haven't, I highly recommend that you go and sign up now so you don't forget and get your seat to this event. It's going to be amazing. We're looking forward to having Phil and Jimmy on to talk about the book and share their content with you guys. So it's going to be a must-see event for sure. That being said, so the link's in the chat. You can click on that link, get registered. Highly recommend you don't miss it. That's coming up on December 9th. So the follow-up question is from Melissa is, what are the advantages of this version? So Melissa, there is quite a few advantages to the new version of Top Producer. One is it is super easy to use, very quick and easy to navigate, to find all the information. The other thing too is there's quite a few features now that are not available in the current version. Perfect example is the custom tabs that we just went through. That is a feature that's exclusive to Top Producer X. Top Producer X also has a brand new email platform that also includes email tracking and integrates 100% with your email. And we also allow text messaging. So you can send text messages out of the current version of Top Producer. And there's a bunch of other things as well, but those are the top 3 right now that come to mind. Robin asked, is there a certain browser to work with? Whichever browser you want. So my personal is, I've used Chrome for years. Google Chrome is my go-to. And so, but again, everyone has their own preference, and browser preference is, again, unique to everyone. There's lots of browsers, but there's no certain ones. I'm a huge fan of Chrome. So if you're looking for a recommendation, Google Chrome. But you're not required to. All right, what else can I answer for you guys today? Any questions about Top Producer, the current version? I'm here for you, so I want to take a few minutes, give you time for you guys to ask your questions. Yeah, so Robin, obviously, I think what you're talking about is the editor should be fine. So unless you're doing, I think what you're talking about, so the question, Robin, is what about if you're using the editor? Well, first off, so a couple things. The editor is something that's part of the current version of Top Producer 8i. It is not part of the new version. So again, if you're using Top Producer X, you can use whatever browser you want. If you're doing things like editing flyers or postcards or whatever it might be that requires the editor in Top Producer today, yes, you have to use, I believe you have to use Internet Explorer or Firefox for that. And maybe a follow-up question for you, Robin, is what are you using the editor for? Um, all right, Diane asked, is there a cost to upgrade X? Yeah, Diane, no, it's free. If you are a current Top Producer user today, you get access to the latest version of Top Producer at no additional cost, and you can access that version right now. So if you're in Top Producer 8i today, there's a button up on the top nav called TPX. You just click on that and it will take you into the new version, and you have all your data there. And any changes you do on either platform will be available on the other one. So they're constantly in sync. So, again, we want our users to get a chance to experience the new version while we're still building it. So, and we want your feedback. So there's you guys are dictating a lot of what we're doing and how we're prioritizing our time on Top Producer X. So keep your feedback coming. I love reading it. I know the leadership team here at Top Producer does, and it's something we take very seriously. So thank you. Yeah, Robin. So as a follow-up, yes. So if you're doing envelopes and letters in Top Producer, you do have to use Internet Explorer 11. Just to confirm that. All right, what else can I answer for you guys before we wrap up today? So again, just a reminder, if you haven't had a chance, log into the new version of Top Producer and set up your custom tabs. Go around and play with that feature. There's nothing you can do to break it. So go in, remove all the tabs, set up your own, and kind of play around with kind of what that gives you from prioritizing your database. And once again, look, we obviously we're partners in this journey. We appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to come attend these Facebook Lives. I hope you get value out of the the content that we bring. And just again, if you haven't had a chance, go register for that December 9th event. It's going to be a huge one with a bunch of great content to ultimately help you. And I wish everyone a great afternoon. And again, if you want to learn more about this feature, there's a link that was just pasted in chat where you can kind of go in and read up blog posts about it. And everyone, you have a great afternoon. Thank you.